The problem is trying to make something interesting in a large format that is so tiny. So I think I'm gonna try to like take a photograph, try to blow it up and see what happens. That's right, I gotta get this like a little further away. I don't want this to be too on the nose for it being like a Lego. I'm thinking about like some kind of like poster or something that like Lego would do. I don't want to be that on the nose, but I don't want to be too abstract to where you can't even recognize what it is. Maybe that's the way it's gonna have to be. I'm just thinking I don't want this to be like a decoration. I want it to be like actual art, if that makes sense. I think we got a composition we can work with. Now, the fun part. You're gonna want to stick around for the fun part.
Drink something?
This is 5-year-old me beating my cousin at Battleship. And these are Legos. Or rather, Duplos. The bigger, uglier version that small children are less likely to choke on. Still not near big enough for my mural.
Don't, Derek, don't. Not yet.
Eric, don't do it till Eric doesn't say.
Not yet, it's not ready.
Legos taught me there is a path to follow. Or perhaps not follow. And to forge your own.
Want to open that one here? You have to guess what it is first. Yeah?
Dinosaur?
Is that a good guess?
A gun?
You always knew when it was Legos. Just shake the box. If you've ever played with Legos as an adult, can you just let me know in the comments here so I don't feel like a total loser? Thank you.
So I'm gonna do a little cheat on this. I'm gonna use a canvas on the wall instead of painting on the actual wall. It's gonna be big though. It's gonna be the full wall. You'll see why I do that later. I sealed the canvas, I painted it white. Now I think it's ready to add the colors, but I have to figure out how to get this composition from the computer to the canvas, and I think I'm gonna project it, but I might have to do it in 2 parts. It's just such a huge canvas. We'll see.
So that went pleasantly well. But we're not out of the woods just yet. A few years ago, I was basically feeling useless. I had been laid off and I graduated university highest honors, but was left with a piece of paper that proved little.
Says 7, but feels like negative, like negative 10. Yeah, it's cold.
With all my free time, I decided to take up Lego building again. Here was something I could do without the pressure of being good enough, without the grades, without the performance reports. A place where I was totally in control. It was during that time that I sorted my old collection into little bags, like this.
I mix this paint with joint compound just to give it that thicker texture that I really enjoy. It also is making it a little bit gritty, which I think adds to the dimension of this painting. The painting, the painting, the painting, the painting. My oh my, how finished is the painting. Now, the only thing left to do is destroy it. Let's do that. I'm a little worried about this logo. I think it, like the trademark Lego, I don't want them to come after me for that. I mean, this, after all, it's not an advertisement for Lego or anything. They're not paying me to do this. Let's do a brand deal, Lego. Whatever. I'm not above that. I actually bought a bunch of these colors in the discounted section of paints at my hardware store. They were like, when people get the wrong color paint, they bring it back and they sell these quarts for $2, which is amazing. And I got such a great deal on all these different paints. Oh, and I also used a joint compound to really thicken up some of these paint in the different areas. Oh man, that worked so well. I do want to experiment with other thickeners like the ones that you buy at the art store, but they're, you know, I just had this joint compound laying around and someone said you can mix it with paint and it will have the same kind of similar effect. And it did. Let me show you the stuff that I used. Joint compound. It's like 10 bucks. Look at this, look at this. Check this out, okay? Check this out. So I got one of the colors right there, one right there. But check that out. As you can see, I did not destroy the painting. I made it into 2 separate pieces. It turned out better than I could have imagined it. I had to keep it. Where am I gonna put it?
There are 2 questions you have to ask of any artistic endeavor, according to Henry James. What was the artist trying to achieve, and did they succeed? Well, I tried to make a large art piece out of the smallest, tiniest Lego brick. And I think I succeeded in this at least. But there is a 3rd question. Was it worth doing?
Honestly though, it might be cool decor for like a kid's playroom or something.
The videos I make on this channel are costly. They cost time and resources. This is maybe why I get so excited when I'm able to get all this reject paint for so cheap. What I get in return is a story and hopefully art. But is it worth the cost? Is it just an attempt to make something interesting that will ultimately just be discarded? People, friends, have asked me to make art for them. People value pretty, well-designed decor. But decor is cheap. You can get a Giclée piece for 50% off at Hobby Lobby. It'll cost you less than a blank canvas, let alone paint. My wife's mom just bought her these frames from Target. $45 for the set. So cheap, and yet it looks great. If I'm making art, I hope it's not decor. Decor is racing for the bottom. I can't compete with it. The thing is, these art pieces are not decor. You may want to use them to decorate, but they also tell a story like no decor does. Blood, sweat, and tears don't go into decor. They go into something else. Something I think, called art.
Alright, you know the deal. Like or die, subscribe and destroy, and if you like this kind of a documentary style art making video, watch this one next.